Hey everyone, Undertale is a pretty easy game with checkpoints everywhere, constant healing available to you, and some very merciful boss mechanics. Except when the game decides it's time for you to die, repeatedly. For such a seemingly gentle game on the surface, it turns out there's actually a lot of occasions where the difficulty ramps up and the bosses aren't playing around anymore. Thankfully, we can always come back and fight the bosses again if we die, thanks to our determination, and sometimes you'll find yourself reloading quite a lot actually. Thankfully, a lot of the truly difficult bosses are on the genocide path, so most players will never encounter them. If you're a masochist like me though, that just inspires you to go out of your way to fight them in the first place. Let's count down the top 5 toughest fights in Undertale. Who better to start the list off than the King of Monsters himself? Everyone seems to think that the big guy is a pushover, and though Toriel warns you to stay away from him at all costs, by the time you reach him you've been led to believe that he's too gentle and kind to actually be a real threat. Don't forget however that this is the guy who trained Undyne. As twilight shines through the barrier and you realise that your journey is at its end, Asgore destroys the ability to spare him. This is going to be a fight to the death, and Asgore is well intent on killing you. If you haven't saved Toriel's butterscotch and cinnamon pie up until this point, you have to spend 3 rounds talking to him in order to lower his defences. Though he's extremely strong, he doesn't want to kill you, but he has no choice. He's fighting for the sake of all monsters. He attacks primarily with upgraded versions of Toriel's attacks. Even Toriel is quite strong, but she has no intention of killing you, and you can never lose to her. Asgore is the opposite. He needs your soul to break the barrier, and nothing is going to stop him. However, that giant red trident of his isn't just for show. Just as you think you're getting into a comfortable pattern as to how the game works, his sprite itself begins to attack you, requiring you to either stay still or move in order to dodge the powerful arcing blows of his weapon. Then things just go kinda crazy. There's fire everywhere, and you need to dodge it somehow. The battle with King Asgore Dreemurr requires a lot of patience and skill, but most of all, determination. You know, I think I'm really starting to get the hang of this. I didn't even need to eat while fighting Asgore. There's nothing that can possibly present me a challenge now. Is there? Well, here we have it folks, the difficulty spike to end all difficulty spikes. A Mega Flowey pretty much comes out of nowhere, and that's why he's absolutely terrifying. Did I say that Asgore wants you dead? No, Flowey wants you dead. Really dead. What was Toby Fox thinking when he came up with this monstrosity? Bullets coming out of the eyes, flames out of the flamethrowers, atom bombs dropping on you from the sky? Flowey is unlike anything else in the game, and it makes for one unforgettable encounter. But as if Flowey wasn't crazy enough already, he has about 7 different phases to him, as you're forced to fight the souls that are giving him all of his power. I mean look at this, there's knives everywhere, what the heck? Yeah, now there's flies flying into a Venus flytrap and exploding, bombs with Flowey's face raining down from the ceiling on me, hands shooting fingers with flowers with faces, oh my god, what is going on? The fight with a Mega Flowey is just pure chaos, plain and simple. It seems to be an attempt to outdo Gygas from Earthbound, but Gygas is admittedly pretty messed up himself, so I'd say these two are actually about even. Now, I know what you're thinking. You can't technically die on this fight as your soul refuses to. Though take into consideration that literally every boss fight has a save point right before it. Seeing how it's so easy to reattempt each major fight in the game, I'm rating Asriel based on how difficult it is to defeat him, and that alone. And what a boss fight this is. For most players, this is the final encounter. You've come this far, and you're not going to be stopped now, no matter how powerful Asriel is in his true form. The fate of humans and monsters rests on your shoulders. Unfortunately for you, Asriel has some truly powerful attacks. He can make exploding stars rain from the sky, conjure lightning, and he even has dual chaos sabers to attack you with. Though that's not all. Asriel has taken the souls of every monster, including your friends. It's up to you to save all of them. Asriel retains his sadistic side that he had as Flowey, however. He begins the fight just toying with you, but he soon reveals his true power, unleashing some devastating attacks that are almost impossible to avoid. Though keep on fighting, because eventually, maybe you can save him as well, and stop this madness once and for all. Also, is that a Deltarune? It seems the prophecy was true after all. Asriel saves all monster kind at the end of the game, breaking the barrier and setting everyone free. The previous bosses were made to be defeated. If you're on the genocide path, however, the forces that be do not want you to complete the game. Undyne the Undying is the first major hurdle of the genocide path, and she puts the bosses that came before her to shame. Just as you're about to cruelly murder the monster kid, she gets in the way and takes critical damage. On the normal path, she'd be dead. However, this time she finds a determination to keep on fighting. She knows that if she lets you reach Asgore, you will destroy everything, all monsters and all humans. She has to stop you. She attacks with insane versions of her normal attacks, sending dozens of spears at you, and fighting with determination and ferocity, not becoming of a monster. She does everything physically within her power to stop you, and she will, but unfortunately, you can reload and she can't. Undyne represents everyone's last hopes. Make it past her, and what is there to stop you? Well, maybe, just maybe, there's one guy. So I take it that this boss is some kinda cruel joke, right? He's impossible. You can't get past him. He beats me every single time. Yeah, there we go, dead again. I guess that's that then. That's the end of my genocide run. I'm glad, really. I didn't want to kill every monster. Time to turn the game off. Number 1 is Sans, obviously. Here's a montage of him killing me, over and over and over again. I hope you enjoyed my list of the top 5 hardest bosses in Undertale. Of course, it's only my opinion. Maybe you found a different boss to be the hardest. Feel free to comment below. Anyhow, I'll see you next time.